Hey guys, welcome to the Now and Forever After Estate Legacy Planner YouTube channel. This is my very first video on this channel and I am so excited that you are here. I'm not sure how you stumbled across it, but it's a sign that it's probably information that you need or at least need to share. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about what the Legacy Planner is, what this YouTube channel community is going to be about, and some products and services that may benefit you in one form, fashion, or another. So let's lock in. I got a little tea to share and all the things. So let's talk about it. So let's talk about what is Now and Forever After Estate Legacy Planner. Well, you hear estate planning in the title, so I think you get that. However, why did I start it and what are we going to be doing? So this estate planner was really established as a passion project. It was formed out of necessity. I lost my father, Aranda Williams, last year, May 19th, 2024. I am an only child, self-proclaimed daddy's girl. My dad wasn't married, and his estate really, I'm his legacy, me and his grandchildren. That's it. He got two grandsons, which are my sons, and that's it. Well, unfortunately, when my dad passed away, his girlfriend of 30 years jumped into girlfriend of 30-year behavior. Is this a certain type of behavior that a person that's with somebody for 30 years possess? And she jumped into that behavior. She tried to, evict me from his home, but that didn't go the way she thought it would. But she stole his vehicle. She stole money out of his account, really cleaned out his account, and took over his business. And to this day, still operating in it. So it propelled me past grief, past funeral planning, to have to jump into estate planning, which threw me into probate court. Listen, repeat after me. Probate court is not my friend. Probate court is not my friend. One more time for the people in the back row. Probate court is not my friend. So it is a lot. It's a very antiquated old system set up and established for, processes that were over my head, that's for sure. But I had to dig in it. I had to learn. At the time my dad passed, I was unemployed. So obtaining an attorney was not even an option. So I had to go through YouTube University, Google University, phone friends, looking up information and study to show myself approved until I was able to figure it out. And I did. I figured it out. Don't clap too hard yet, y'all. I'm still in probate. A year or so later, I'm still in probate, but it's not because of the process itself. I actually went through the process, did all the things, checked the boxes. And, if it weren't for the fact that my, one of the creditors from my dad of a building, the owner of the building that he was leasing for his business is suing my dad's estate. If it was not for that, the probate would be closed. So due to that, I had to obtain an attorney. And right now, I'm sitting at the tune of about $15,000 with nothing resolved as of yet. So this is, I don't even want to quote amounts because I don't want to put that in the atmosphere. But let me just say, it's the clock is still ticking, which means the money is still ticking. That has been very draining. It's very emotionally draining, financially draining, and it's very it's just time. It's a lot of time. I can't even think of the words right now. It's a lot of time. So it's important that, you have your affairs in order for that alone. I promise you, you'll be dead and gone. But if you love your people, make sure that you have that in order. Also, I'm not here to throw shade against his girlfriend of 30 years. Really, her and I did not have a relationship at all. When she called me, I didn't know who she was because her phone number is not programmed in my phone. I didn't dislike her. I just didn't have a relationship with her. That was not a priority for her. She, I guess, maybe felt a certain way about me. And I get it. Dating a man with an only child, a daughter, and grandsons, she was fighting for her life in that relationship. But I believe my dad was very good to her just from a monetary standpoint, from what I can see. He provided from her through that way. He bought her a house. He, bought her a car. I know he would tell me things that he would do. So, I think she benefited that way. And I also believe that she probably did things for him, not necessarily monetary, because my dad was a man's man. And, I don't believe that she did a lot monetarily for him, or had to, for that matter. But they had their exchange. Whatever it is, he kept her around for 30 years, right? So that was important to him. And I never would have discounted her. But in terms of his, it wasn't for me to affirm her or to make things easier for her, to give her anything like that. That wasn't on me. And it's not on your family. It's not on the other persons that you're with family. So, a lot of this could have been rectified, but here we are. So this is for you. This is a sign for you if you're hearing this. I know you're probably thinking, well, you know what? We together. That wouldn't happen to me. Okay. Okay, pumpkin. All right, Tink Tink. Let me tell you, it can and it probably will. Because whatever you think it is with this family or her family, it probably isn't with them. I'm not saying they would dislike you. That's not every situation. And I'm sure we're going to have some comments, and I welcome them, because everybody have their own experiences that's going to say, well, that didn't happen to me. My person passed away and their family was great to me. And I love that for you. I promise you, I love that for you. But that's not the reality in most cases. And there's so many stories to confirm that. So stop playing around with it. I'm not saying that you have to go and get married. That's none of my business. My business, drink my water. I'm saying get your affairs in order. When we left, my then boyfriend, he wasn't even my fiance. When we left my dad's services and from Michigan to come back to North Carolina to our life, we immediately jumped into action because my husband, my now husband, is the youngest of 14. It's no way. Listen, y'all, his family, which I believe they love me enough. You know, I really do. They've been so kind to me, so embracing, so welcoming. And, you know, but rightfully so, he and I had only been together for 3 years. There's no way in heck that they were going to allow me to come in and do anything or take anything or manage anything. And why would they? You know, why would they? So, you know, it's important that if he wanted me to do it, if whatever he had, my husband had some things before we were married, but if he wanted me, you know, to manage or to, you know, be responsible for, to inherit, you know, to benefit from anything, I'm like, you need to put that in order. And the same with me. So that's what we did. We did it, you know, I'll put those tools, I'll link those free resources that we use. They're not sponsoring me. Again, this is my first video, so no sponsorships yet, but it's still a free resource that I use. I'm not an attorney, I'm not a financial planner, I'm not an insurance agent. I'm just a person that has had to deal with death, and I'm still dealing with the aftermath of dealing with the affairs of my loved one. So get that in order. Now, I believe that if you have certain things, it depends on what stage of life you're in and what you have, seeking an attorney is the way to go. Meeting with a financial planner is a way to go. But that's just my personal view based on what I'm dealing with and what I have and the things that my family and I have to manage and what's important to me. So that's kind of how that got started. But listen, that's the background story. Now fast forward, you know, what am I doing with that information? I believe a test is a testimony and your misery should be your ministry. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the Now and Forever After Estate Legacy Planner. This is a tangible tool for you to house all of your important documents to be able to hand off to your loved ones, either the heir or the executors of your estate, so that everything is gathered in one place. And I've done all of the guesswork for you to initially gather your documents. There is a readiness checklist, a state readiness checklist for you to follow. There are 16 guided tabs and a digital download template for you to type directly into to print out and either have your notary sign off on it or for you to fill within the sections of this planner. Y'all, it is dope and I am so flipping proud. So this is just a little bit for the aesthetics of it all. This is the tissue paper that the planner comes in. It comes in its own shipping box. And y'all, this is my baby. I believe this is what my dad left me. So this is the planner. It's a faux leather bounded 3-inch binder. The clasps, see that? It's nice, right? This is well made, y'all. So let me just show you. So each planner, I will put the name of the person that it belongs to. And then these are the tabs, the customized tabs. Within that, there's the welcome page. This is instructions to your heir or executor for them to follow. It has a table of contents of all of the sections that are in the binder. And then there is all of the tabs. So there's a digital guide that comes with this planner and it will be emailed to you. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta show you this. It also comes with pockets for you to put your loose documents in. It's so nice, y'all. I've been using it now for a few months. And let me tell you, even in my day-to-day life, having one place where I can go and gather my documents has been chef's kiss. When I got this planner, this is the first time my child, 17 years old, showed interest in what my estate looks like. You know, what does this mean? He really showed interest because it's cool, right? So, you know, it's been really, really nice having that, everything organized in one place and being able to manage that process, knowing that things are in order. So now I'm able to go to that second step of what I believe is important in your estate planning and managing your affairs. I'm able to look ahead at my life. And, you know, had I started this years ago, my vision board planning would have looked so different, because again, I'm that type of girl, right? Like I like to plan and be organized and kind of know what's ahead of me and things of that nature. But even the moves that I make, now I have in the back of my head how it's going to impact my legacy, what they can benefit from, what they can do, and things of that nature. So I am very excited to pass that on to you. So that is one of the products that I offer. The other one is a Now and Forever After Legacy Journal. Now that came as a result of my 17-year-old and one of his rages and fits saying to me, I don't really know who you are. Like, I don't know things about you. And when I thought about it, at first I was ticked, but when I thought about it, he was right. There are things that he's been hearing throughout this journey after my dad passed that he just wasn't aware of. And just how I feel about things that I've done. Because your kids, they don't know how you do what you do, right? He knows I'm a professional. He knows I have multi-degreed and blah, 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 blah. But he doesn't really, they didn't really know what that looks like and what that means to them. And so it was a great story time for me to be able to share. But as a result of that, I created the Now and Forever After Estate Legacy Planner Journal. And it's the same type of faux leather binder type of thing, journal with 15 different assumptive questions that you can write about or whatever you want to journal about. But how cool is it to be able to leave that along with your planner to your loved ones, to your heir, so they can, really learn about different things that maybe you haven't talked to them about. So yeah, that's kind of what I got. That's the Now and Forever After Estate Legacy Planner program. You're part of the community. Subscribe, thumbs up if you think this will be beneficial. You may have all your stuff together, and I applaud you. You guys are awesome, but take a friend with you. No one left behind. Make sure that your friends and family know this. But I think it's really important for us to start to have the conversation. Ask the hard questions about, if something were to happen to you, what do you have in order? What should I do? How do you want me to do it? If you were on your deathbed, what you want me to do, girl? Having to make decisions for a loved one and they're in their last stage of life, it's not anything you want to leave on the people that you claim to love. You want to be able to, while you are able-bodied, healthy to some degree, you want to be able to tell them what it is you want. They don't need that burden, and you may say, well, I won't be here. Y'all do whatever you want. That's not fair. It is not fair. People, they will try to hold on to you. You could be just wasting away, and they will hold on. They're not going to pull the plug. They're not going to do anything because they can't be the ones making that decision. They're not God. And that's the position you kind of put people in when you don't have your affairs in order and have your final wishes established. So do that if you love them. Go ahead. I'll be the one to say it. Don't be selfish. They won't tell you, but I will, because I can't tell my dad. I wish I could. So do the right thing and don't make it hard for them. So that's it for this video. It has been long enough. If you're still watching, oof, y'all in that thing, and I am so proud of you. But I hope that something I said resonated. If one person, just one, if this impacts you, then my job is done. That's all I care about, is being able to tell the story so that no one unnecessarily has to go through what I went through, and that you could start planning your life for now and forever after, for the ones that you love. So that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.